Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all enjoy this beautiful day. My name is T.S. Chin. I'm the author of a book called Happy Life. I lived a very, very happy life for many years. It's my mission to share my stories with more audience, and I hope that everyone in America and around this world can live a happier life. I came to this country at the age of 16. When I first came, I could not speak any English. My mother asked me, "What is your goal and your dream in America?" And I told her, I just want to live a happy life in America. Since then, I worked hard, own my own businesses, and I have my ups and downs, learned many lessons. At the end of the day, moving forward and focus for the future, I am very honored to tell you that I learned so much by the book that I have written, Happy Life. When I first wrote this book, I was thinking about helping other people. Eventually, in the last few years, I'm so much thankful to have the honor to write this book, to put this acronym together of Happy Life. I learn from it. I benefit all from it. I have a lot of positive experiences of happy life. You see, ladies and gentlemen, happy life is not about myself. It's not about any individual. Happy life is an acronym. We learn from our churches, family and friends, grandchildren, neighbors, and strangers. We learn our lessons each day, and we share our lessons with our family and friends, and also to our younger generation and students. Hopefully, we don't make the same mistake like the other people prior to us. And because I make so many mistakes in my life, I learned a lot of lessons. And when I wrote that book called Happy Life, I said, each lesson that we learn is like a few raindrops. Collectively, they became a sea of experience. I had a stroke last year, August the 13th. Since then, my vision was a little bit broader. I understand life better. I become a little bit more humble. But my inner strength is getting stronger. I have a desire. Because when I first came to this country at the age of 16, I only want myself to live a happy life. In 2009, I wrote a book called Happy Life to encourage local school students to help them to focus their future. By explaining to them when you are receiving help or helping others, you find happiness. That's the H. When you have a positive attitude with the A, you can turn a negative impact into positive outcome and find happiness. And when you are patient, you can exercise your most powerful inner strength and capture new opportunity with your patience. When you learn to love something with passion, if you learn how to love your job, you don't work a single day in life. How beautiful is that? And Mr. Obama said it. He said, when we believe ourselves, say, yes, we can, we all can find happiness. It's so true. Especially when you share your love with your family and friends, even strangers, you share a smile with your neighbors, your baby, your grandchildren, or whoever. That stream of happiness is coming back to you in tenfold. Life, we have a lot of obstacles, we have a lot of challenges, but as long as we can improve one step each time and 1% each day, we find a lot of happiness. Now, life may not be fair to you, life may not be fair to me, But when we have faith and understand life better, and understand fairness better, we all can live a happier life. When you're learning and teaching education, as you know, education is our foundation of mankind. When we continue to learn, when we continue to teach, how can we all be unhappy? That was the acronym that I was written in 2009 and shared it with the local audience in Richmond, Virginia. But since I had my stroke, I read my own book to encourage myself. It was a pretty tough one. Other than my mind and two of my hands, the other part of my body was basically very distressed. In a way, was not functioning very well. You see, August 13, I felt bad, and I did not know that I had a chance of having a stroke. Because I always felt like that I'm a happy person. I maintain a very low blood pressure. The only thing bothering me is maybe high cholesterol and maybe high blood pressure. But you know what? Sometimes you can be overly confident. Good things happen to good people. Good things happen to other people. But so are the bad things. Everybody in this world is created equal, and are randomly get involved with different type of obstacles, illnesses, unfortunate events. So when the stroke hit me, I thought was just one of the weaknesses that I might have. Overnight, I might be able to be functional normally again, which is not the first time that I feel drowsy or feel numbness. But you know what? Monday morning, I went to the emergency room, and I have a very severe stroke. My body was unable to sit up. It dragged me to the floor. My right leg was paralyzed, so was my right hand shoulder, all the way down underneath my neck. The good news is, or was, that I still had my clear mind. I was able to speak, and I also able to move my head and running my mouth. Running my mouth was important because I love to talk. It was there that I met this very young, nice, warm-hearted nurse. Her name is Keith. He was there to help me. I appreciate life that much more. I did not know that these people, their services, I always valued nurses, you know, our service people, our teachers. I respect them. But until you are there to receive their warmth, their caring, their touch of love, their expertise, when the time that I needed the most, the team of members, along with Keith, was there to support me. On Tuesday morning, after I woke up, Keith come in to my bedroom in the hospital and say, "Chin, you were my inspiration because you were under such a huge stress, but you still smiling and thank my service. And I thought of you today, and I want to come by and say hello and wish you well." But little did he know the appreciation is so deeply for me. I was able to talk to him because he was there to help me, and he was there to be so nice to me. It reminded me, this is my role model when I was young. And I'm thankful to have an honor to meeting somebody at the time that I most needed. Well, on Wednesday, things turned to the worst. My left-hand side, I did not know that in the beginning, that I have no feelings and no movement at all. When another male nurse came to my room and told me that he's going to inject some insulin and blood thinners into my belly in a little while and going to help me for recovery, along with other medications, of course. But after a while, I saw him walking around the room, and I felt like the service was not provided yet. So I said, "Sir, would you mind tell me when are you going to give me the insulin or the blood thinner as you told me? He said, oh, I done it 10 minutes ago. And all of a sudden that I realized my left body have no sensations, no feelings, no pains, no nothing. Was I worried? Yes, I was. But did I tell my family that was happening? Probably not. I don't want them to be overly worried either. And at night, my brother came to see me. He was crying because I was unable to swallow. I was unable to talk. And I was not able to eat. Well, I was there for another couple of days. They transferred to the rehab center. They gave me a lot of tests. I failed each one of them. But since I love to talk, I do have my mind, and they told me that, congratulations to you, Mr. Chin, you failed everything else, but your hands are moving and they are able to grab, and you are able to grab something. I have like 50, 60 pounds of power of grabbing on my right, maybe 35, 45, 50 on my left. So I said, whoa, that's good. Plus, I have a clear mind. I'm going to get through this. But as far as walking and all other functions, I was losing it. I spoke with a PT, physical therapist. I asked her, I say, people like myself, what is the chance of recovery? She told me, oh, everybody is different, but most of the patients, they will get recovery in the first 3 to 6 months, but thereafter, they can regain their functionality and improvement up to a year and maybe longer. So I said to myself, most of the improvement are happening in the first 3 or 6 months. If I don't improve myself within that window of opportunity, I might not be able to walk again. That is my concern. But that is also my motivation. So when they start putting me on this walk machine, give me the cover and help me to walk, but if I'm not able to stand up, I cannot swing my hands, I cannot swing my legs. There was no way that I can make a move. So after a day of frustration, I asked the PT, and I said, would you please send me to that walk treadmill and let me try it? She said, well, that would be the next step after you learn how to walk. I said, since I'm not able to walk, will you please allow me to hold the bars on both sides with my hands, since they still have strength, and allow me to try to swing my legs slowly on that walking treadmill. And they did allow me to try it. It took me 2 or 3 days before that I was able to move my legs. Little did I know, it was working. And I asked the lady, I said, would you mind to raise the slope maybe 5 or 7 degrees, because when I was trying to swing my toes, I was not able to touch, the treadmill, the walkway. And she said, well, we can try it. And you know what? That was really, really helped me. You know why? Because both my legs have no feelings and they don't know what pains mean. The only thing that I feel stressful is my arm by holding my body. But as you know, I'm not that heavy. I'm just kidding, I eat a lot. But I was able to hold my arms and hold my body and allow my legs to swing. The trick of that thing is that they do have a vest to hold my body weight. So it has nothing to do with my strongness of my arm. So that vest is able to hold my body weight. I'm just using my hands to try to find a balance so that I can move my legs. A week and a half later, they said, well, are you ready to walk? I said, yes, I am. And then they leave me alone and let me walk. I was not able to move my feet, but I was able to bouncing forward. You see, when you're not able to put any weight on your feet, but when you are bouncing forward, you can use your body weight and the movement of your body to try to find a balance. So I was able to bounce forward maybe 2-3 steps until they catch me. They say, "Oh, what are you doing?" I say, "Well, hey, I'm just trying to bouncing forward since I'm not able to move forward." They had a big laugh. So one of the girls said, "You know, no pain, no gain. You've done a great job, Mr. Chin." Well, I smiled to her. I said, "There's an old saying, no pain, no gain. But there's no pain, a lot of gain, because I have no pain on my legs." It was that type of encouragement and it's that kind of environment that I was supported by this good group of helpers, nurses, PTs. They teach me to swallow from the side. They teach me to bite on ice so that I can regain my swallowing. Teach me to talk again. Almost 3 weeks later, I was determined to go home. I determined to walk home. And I did it. It's hard to believe. And I set a goal. I said, I'm coming to the station in about 2 to 3 weeks, have my first show. Because as long as I can sit, I might not be able to walk or stand, but I can talk. My son Ken, I want to thank you, Ken, to bring me to this station, had my first show in September. Believe it or not, I set another goal, because when I wrote the book of Happy Life, people make comments. One of the students said, I will continue to work until the day that I can't anymore. I say, I need to go back to work. Now, I want to stand up. I want to show you that I'm not normal, I'm not 100%, but I'm able to stand, I'm able to walk, I'm able to talk. I still have a lot of deficiencies. I still don't have any temperature sensations on my half body. When I take a shower, this one right here on this part, feel the hot and cold water, and this side doesn't. So, I have a lot of stress, a lot of pains throughout my left. Initially, the paralyzed part was on the right. It's gradually getting better, except the facial part, the eye part. I feel tingling on this side almost 24 hours a day. But I learned how to live with it. Nothing can stop us. We just have to educate ourselves. We learn with the education. And continue to have faith, understand fairness. I'm standing up. I'm going to walk. And I'm going to try. You see, I is the improvement. We keep trying. Try, and try. That's what my wife told me. That's the best part of myself. You keep trying. You keep trying. I say, yes. I keep trying. I keep moving forward. I'm going to reach out, and try all I can. I might not be able to reach that ceiling yet, but my mind is beyond the ceiling. The sky is no longer the limit. When you have the will, you can go anywhere and do anything that you prefer to do within reason. We can look beyond our box. We are all saying, you look inside the box, outside the box, but now we can look beyond the box. We can develop new visions without obstacles, and we can overcome our challenges with wills and power and believe in ourselves. And you know what? During my recovering process, love is important. I love the people around me in the recovering facility. I love my family. If you love, and when you have love, you have hope. You have a reason to live meaningfully. Love is so important. Sometimes we can love our strangers. We can love our enemies. The people, when they are doing bad things, they are very bad. But overall, people can change. At least give us a chance for them to change for the better. Sometimes when we feel bad, if somebody smiles to us, we feel that energy. Might not be personal love, but you know what? That's a global love. Love of a human being. When we share our love with our pets, strangers, you know what? All of those are positive impacts into our society. So share your love every single day to a loved one, strangers, or anybody. When you are healthy, you go out to help people, you have a positive attitude, learn patience, be patient, say yes, we can, share your love, continue to improve yourself and others, understand fairness, and have faith, continue to learn and teach. But when you have obstacles, when you just lost your job, when you are just recovering from your illnesses, whatever, we can always find happy life from any of these letters. They are not commingling to each other, but they are independent of each other. But whatever you try to do at any time, any day, any one of those words, you will find happiness. Just like I did. When I had my stroke, I learned how to live again, understand fairness, and continue to have faith, continually improve one step each time, and 1% each day, share my love, and I have a lot of love for my family members, my grandchildren, and when I was in the rehab center, I share my support and my love to my fellow roommates and other people in the facility. Yes, I have to believe that I can get back on my feet. I have to believe that I can continue to make a difference in other people's life. I learned how to love my job. I try to be passionate. Now, my mother always taught me. She said, "You're a good kid, but you need more patience." I might not have the patience, but I try to make it up with the passions. How does that sound? But you might be able to exercise more patience, then you can find more happiness than I do in that regard. You see, everyone has a strength. When God gave you a gift of smile, gift of service, a gift of love, gift of leadership, gift of teaching, whatever that is, utilize it. That's what makes you a worthy human being. God gave us equal opportunity. Gave us all the same chromosomes, blood types, DNAs. We all created random, but God gave each one of us a mission. In order for us to live up to our maximum capacity and to our fullest, we must have to grow it from within. We have to strengthen ourselves, understand our position, and find happiness. Looking for happiness? I think there's like a country now is paying attention, and I just read United Kingdom. They designated a minister of loneliness. They said there's a lot of lonely people in United Kingdom. They need to address that issue. There are a couple of other countries that they have minister of happiness. In America, I feel like that we are one of the strongest countries in the world, and it will be for many, many more years to come. Our strength is our Constitution, the three branches of government. But you know what? It also said happiness is a privilege. We are entitled, and it's our privilege to find and enjoy happiness in America. I'm so proud to be a Chinese. I'm more proud to be an American. You see, my father came to this country 3 months before I was born. Right after the Second World War, it was difficult to find jobs in Hong Kong. My mother and my father just got married. For a better future, for me and my mother, my father left us and came to this country. And my mother and I came to this country legally 16 years later. It was the first time that I met my father. When I first came in, I felt like this country was great. The moon seemed to be hanging a little bit higher than in Hong Kong. That's where I came from. And it gave me a sense of freedom, and I want to live a happy life in America. So in 2009, when I had an opportunity to go to a local high school to encourage 5 classes with students to continue their education after high school, I came up with this acronym, Happy Life. I told the students, I said, well, the reason I'm here today, not because that I want to work 4 more hard years in college or 2 more hard years in community school, but I want to be here because I want you to live a happy life by doing any one of those things. Each day, or each week, or each month, or each year, it doesn't matter. As long as you are willing and aware of what you're doing, any of those, at any time, you can find that you're living a happier life. That is what's important. It just happened to be education is foundation of mankind, right? So I want to encourage the students continue to learn regardless of their situation and never give up. So after I had my stroke, I had my book, I had surgery, another patient over there, Miss Jones, happened to be my friend. And she had a hard time too. She had a hip replacement. She said, I read your book, it was helping me so much. I'm going to share your book with my roommates. Everybody said it's a great book. Well, you remind me, it's time for me to read it myself. You know what? The more I read my book, the more that my book is able to help me. Follow through and live that each day I live a happy life. Now, after I had my stroke, I want to get well. I want to share my stories. I want to all American people and the people around this world can find it's easy to live a happy life. We don't need a minister to find happiness for us. It's all within. As long as you are willing to go out and do anything of this, any one of those, change your attitude, be more patient, find passion in life, go out and help yourself by helping other people, saying yes we can, believe yourself and others, how can you be unhappy? When you continue to learn how to love, and the love will come back in a stream of happiness. Continue to improve, no matter what it is. You don't have to hit a jackpot to improve your life. There are many stories. Life is not money. Like, you know, the old saying is that the happiest people are the richest people in the world. Not the other way around. The happiest people are the richest people in the world. Sometimes you can be very rich, but you don't have time to find time to enjoy your money. Or your success. You forgot your family. You forgot the people around you. But when you're happy, you share your happiness with more people. The positive impact is tremendous. The positive impact is tremendous. That's why sometimes more people are jealous about the happy people than the rich people. Because you can be rich, but it's hard to be happy. But even though I came off the acronym Happy Life, I don't own it. You do. Everybody else can go out and live a happy life, but just follow a very simple script. Very, very simple. All you do just to be reminded. I was reminded with my own writing when I needed it the most. Now, when I was 15, I had a dream when I first came to this country that I want to live a happy life. And I'll tell you a little story. It's kind of funny. I may sit down, right? Thank you. For about 40 years after I came to this country, I always lived a very, very tight schedule. I get up early. I don't come home until 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night. I read newspapers, watching TV, watching news. I love politics, so I'm watching some of the comments on politics on TV. And then I go to bed. But for the first time after I had my stroke, I was there at home recovering from my stroke. I had the pleasure and honor watching a show called Shark Tank. It was a funny show. I don't know why they call Mr. Wonderful wonderful, but he's wonderful. But I bet you after he read my book, he would be probably more wonderful. And if he could endorse my book and maybe invite me to come to the show and be my partner along with the other sharks to share this acronym with more people, I think this world is going to change tremendously. You see, I'm just a layman. I'm a very small individual in Richmond. But with the people in Shark Tank, or maybe some organization that recognize this intellectual sharing with the general public, it can be a movement. It can make this world a better place to live. I know that I have limited ability. I might not have the resources or the know-how to do the right thing for this acronym. But it's not about me. I'm an unimportant individual. If I had the honor and the pleasure to go into the Shark Tank, I would ask them to buy maybe 50%, maybe 100% of the acronyms. In turn, they can own it. They can invite me to have me in their board or partnership. We can print shirts, cups with inspiration lines, with merchandise, and sell it. We can sell the book. It would be nice to have Barbara, to represent us, to promote the book to homes. Happy homes, happy life, right? I want to write another book other than A Happy Life, because I want to encourage more people and encourage more people to get involved with the acronym of Happy Life, because it's so simple. I did not discover this. I did not make it up. Our ancestors, they are the one who created the word Happy Life. I am just putting an acronym together so that I can be reminded myself and help other people to be reminded so that they can live a happier life. This belongs to American people. This belongs to the people in the world. We just need a little promotion so that we can realize it's so simple to live a happy life. It is not about me now. So, if it's not about me, it's not my project, it's not something that I own, why should I benefit from the cash value of it generated? The people should receive most of those benefits if this movement is able to move forward. If I had the honor and the pleasure receiving a sum, just round number, maybe $500,000, that $500,000 could print many books. We can sell them, we can have a small manufacturing starting, doing some sampling, and sell our merchandise, and put all the money back into the company. And in turn, that company will be able to sell merchandise, including the books, to a larger audience, and we can have corporate to buy our intellectual acronym because it is a positive thing to help the image of their company. All those revenues can be going back to a foundation. If Shark Tank would like to involve, we can change it to maybe Shark Ocean Foundation of Happy Life. Or if some other corporation, or if the United States government looking for an ambassador to help our citizens to live a happier life, this certainly is a very, very easy guideline to follow. As I mentioned before, a lot of things is easy to say, is hard to do. But living a happy life is easy to do and is easy to say. No one in the world can argue with you that when you say yes, the people are unhappy. Let me give you a typical example. From Shark Tank. I love that show. It brings a lot of happiness to a lot of audience. And the people they participate, they are very much intellectual specialist people. They are inventors, they are good business people, they have business models, they have a desire, and they are happy people when they first walk in. Most of the people when they walk out, they are happier. One or two of them, they might not. But you know what? They learn from experiences anyway. There's no losers. But the reason that the Shark Tank is so important and so successful because the people participating in it. Each one of the hosts, they are successful. They are there to look for opportunity to help the inventors, the business people, to propel their next level. I don't think these shots need at least no money, because how much more can you make by investing $30,000 or maybe $500,000 to help another company? Because their own company can make a lot more. So they are there, is bringing joy, bringing opportunity to enrich the society, enrich the group of people. But if they are able to find a good product, then many, many more in the community will be benefit all from the effort. It's all positive references and movements in their part. That's why the show is so impressive. That's why I was so engaged, enhanced, energized with the show. Because after I watched my show, or their show, I felt like that I can be in it. I can be a part of it. I want their help. I need their help. It might not be the people in the Shark Tank. It might be you. It might be one of my friends. Or maybe one of the strangers that I never met. Even though you are not there to invest with me, but you are there to invest with yourself. You are there to invest with your own family and friends. When you live at any of these letters as acronym each day or each week or each month or each year, whenever you participate and practice with any of those words, you find happiness. And that little changes can impact the society. You don't have to be an ambassador of happy life. You only have to be yourself. And smile to strangers maybe once a day, maybe twice a day, and say something positive to somebody that they might have a bad day. It's not about money. If you have money, like Warren Buffett and others, or Bill Gates, yeah, you're welcome to donate. You're welcome to do other charity works. we want to thank you the same. But at least we have other options. Other than money, we also have our spirits, our heart, that to give to larger society, to larger community, to benefit more people. The rippling effect will be so tremendous. It's beyond your imagination. It will be beyond my imagination. Are you ready? Are you ready to go out and live a happy life? I hope so. And I want to thank you for listening on that part. And now I want to move on to another area about talking happy life. This is about the stories that among other people rather than myself. And I had a friend that she lost her husband and then her mother-in-law within 6 weeks period. She has 3 children, 14, 11, and 9. She came to me and asked. She said, Chin, I'm a die-hard Christian. I did all the things right in life. Why this happened to me? She cried on my shoulder. And I said, I don't have an answer. But if you were your husband, the person that went to heaven is you instead of your husband. When you're up there with the Lord and Jesus, when you look down, would you wish that your husband be strong and raise your 3 children with his heart, with the best ability, and set good examples to the society? You are able to overcome that obstacle. That continue to love your children, support them the best that you can, and make a difference in their lives and the lives of the people. Do you think that is what your wish would be if you're up in the heaven now? She said, yes, of course. And later, she started her own small business as a partner with a small restaurant. That's 10 years ago. Now her children are grown up. She's now happier, healthier, and have no regrets whatsoever. Because she understands life better. Bad thing can happen to all people. Sometimes it's about the acceptance and move our negative impact into past outcomes and set good examples for the people around us. And also when we have a story, an elderly gentleman, that he has a 100-year-old birthday at his home. One of his nephews come in and congratulate him and celebrate with the uncle and said, I wish next year that we can have this party again. I hope I will be here for you. The uncle reached out and hold the young man's hand and said, son, don't you worry. You are young, you are energized, and you are a happy man. I know that you can make it next year. To me, life is about perspective. Some people said, Chin, you are aged man, and if you can retire, it's better to retire. You don't need to work so hard. But you know what? It's not about me. It's about what I can give to my family, what I can share to the society, what I can do for other people. If you stay home doing nothing, I would rather to go out and doing something and die from it. You see our sacrifice from our soldiers, our service people, our nurse, they all go out tirelessly to helping other people. Sometimes it's not about the pay. Sometimes they feel so tired. It's not about the job. It's their passion. Sometimes it's something that what God called them to do. You see a lot of outstanding people that they do unordinary things, but yet in their mind, in their soul, they are just doing the regular job. Even with their sacrifice, they are there to just provide others. A Christian lady told me not long ago. She reminded me. She said, if you are a server, if you think you are one of the best servers, continue to serve with your best ability. If you are a lover, that you love people, you love pets, continue to show your smiles and true love to all. Love can be unconditional. You can love your enemies. The Bible, Jesus taught us that. We can forgive and forget. We can move ourselves to a next level and continue to learn from us, learn from the others. Now, I have to be honest with you, I'm not a perfect person. If you ask me, do I have classes? I say yes. And would you ask me if I have skeleton in my classes? I'll probably tell you no. Because my class is too small. I probably bury all my skeletons in my backyard. Life is imperfect. We make a lot of mistakes in life. We are all human beings. That's why we need to learn from our mistakes. And that's why we need to share our mistakes that we learn to our next generation, just like our previous generations, our grandparents, our teachers, our mother, our father, our uncles. What they taught us is what they learned. Are we always listen? Probably not. But it should not stop us to continue to listen and evaluate. Sometimes we are the first to understand, then to be understood. Sometimes that life is what it is. It's the way that you want to live it, that's the way that you want to live it. Sometimes, we, no matter what we do, we cannot change other people, their thinking process or their beliefs. But you know what? That should not stop us. Keep trying. Because it's the effort, it's the process, it's the journey that what matters. It's not about a result. If I knew eventually what the ending would be, we probably stop 95% of our projects because there's more failures in life than success. But when you're enjoying that journey of traveling, enjoying the journey of business, enjoying that journey of thinking about your dreams and successful, you know what? Getting there is what it matters. Even though you never get there, but you already had that process, you already had that joy of experiences, good, bad, or worst. Life is about perspective. Life is about what you believe in yourself. Life is a very simple thing. When you believe in life, you are living it. When you feel like that I am empty, like the people, the elderly people in England, they feel like we are lonely. You have that feeling that you are lonely. You can have 10 ministers, 10 programs in United States Kingdom. The impact would be slow and small. Because what they do is from assist. It's not about assisting. Your happiness has to come from within. You have to have your own perspective. You have to have your own way of finding a happy life. When you're lonely, what can fight that loneliness? It's very simple. When you learn and teach, you don't feel lonely anymore. Yes, it's never too old to learn, never too old or too young to teach. Some babies taught me a lot of things. If you're good with music, go out and be volunteer to help people to play pianos or whatever music or singing. Life may not be fair to you, may not be fair to me, but continue to have faith. You don't feel loneliness. Because when you have hope in life, you are never lonely. When you have hope with faith, you always find motivational things to do. And you can improve something in this world 1% each time and 1 step each day. Maybe taking care of your health better, or maybe learn how to walk without your stretchers. Even though you fail many times, but the process is able to enhance your life experiences. Maybe you like to do gardening. Maybe you like to understand one thing better than other things. Maybe learning how to play chess at the age of 90. Why not? Anything that you do can improve a little bit at a time each day. You find a lot of happiness. You don't feel loneliness. Once again, when you share your love with your pets, neighbors, kids, with a smile, they come back in a stream of happiness. But by saying it, you must go out and engage people. If you feel lonely, go out and engage people, to talk to people. If you are unable to talk to a lot of people, but you can talk to the birds, enjoy the sunshine, painting, drawing, and even handwriting. You can always find things, small things, to enrich your life each day. When you're lonely, you believe yourself saying, yes, I can make a change. Believe in yourself, ladies and gentlemen. When you believe in yourself saying, yes, you can or we can, you don't feel loneliness. You'll find happiness. Yes, absolutely. Yes, we can. When you are working at a job that you're not happy with, don't worry. Think about it as part of the service, and think about it, yes, as long as you have this job, you earn a salary. If you're in a service job, you think about, I'm here to serve. If you're a salesperson, you're not there to sell anything to anybody. You're there to help them to buy something that they love, the price that they want to pay. You thinking about yourself as a facilitator for your company. Think about yourself as a helper, as a service person for your company. Take your role of salesmanship away. You are there to help your clients, your customers. When you find passion, you don't work a single day in life. You're not there to sell anything to your clients or customers. You are there to talk to them and entertain them. While you're doing that, you're entertaining yourself. You found friends. They may refer you more customers. Learn how to love your job with passion. If you're retired, find some passions. Talk to your family and friend by phone calls. Now you can text, you can, what apps or whatever, internet. It's so easy. Find something that's meaningful to do with passion. Now, patience, as I explained to you before, that's something that I lack of. But I also wrote a chapter about patience. And the patience is your strongest inner power. It's your best tool to conquer fear, obstacle, and challenges, and control when and how to act in order to capture opportunity with patience. When you're lonely, it's all about your attitude now. When you have a positive attitude, you can turn a negative impact into positive outcomes. When I was sick, had cancer surgery, business disasters, all the bad things. You have to maintain a positive attitude. When we are maintaining the positive attitude, you are empowering the people around you. You can turn a negative impact into a positive outcome with a positive attitude. When you are lonely, when you are unhappy, the key to a happy life is helping. When I had the illnesses and I had my stroke, I received this wonderful help and care from Keith, the nurse. I will never forget him. I might forget his face, I might forget his name, but I never forget his kindness. We all can pay forward. We might not be able to pay back to Keith or pay back to the one that they are nice to you, but we can always pay forward with other people's kindness and their helps. And little matters. Helping ourselves by helping other people is the key to a happy life. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for your time to listen today about happy life. And I want to thank you and hope eventually that you have an opportunity to go out and live a happy life and pay forward. And the Chinese New Year is coming, and I also wish everyone in America, now today is the 31st of January, so I hope the rest of the year will be a healthy, happy, and prosperous year of 2018 for everyone in America and also the people around this world. Peace and happy life, everyone. And you can visit me and read my Happy Life book. My name is T.S. Chin. You can Google me. You can go to YouTube and see some of my presentations. Thank you and good night.